Hello, my dear students. Welcome to online accountancy class. In this session, we are going to consider theory-based accounting. Before considering theory-based accounting, first of all, we want to recapitulate the main ledger, the prime ledger, that is realization ledger. So here, realization account, and in case of realization account, fill in the blanks are there. From previous idea, we can say what will be that entry here. This is realization account, the debit side, credit side. Already I told there are two phases. This is the first, that is phase, primary phase. In this phase, we'll close the book value of assets and liability. So when you close, reverse entry you have to pass. Debit you have to make credit, and credit you have to make debit. So this side, asset transferring entry for transfer of asset. Transferring of asset, we have to remember that except liquid, that is cash and bank, as well as fictitious asset, other asset we have to transfer. So here, then what will be the entry, transferring entry, asset transferring entry, realization account debit to dash. So ultimately, everyone knows this answer, but initially I will not say. The learner have to think for a while. So here it is already indirectly I told that closing of assets. So what should be the entry? Easily we can say this entry. Now exactly same way that for closing of liability, transferring of liability, that time on the balance sheet it was credit nature. Now you have to transfer on realization for closing of the liability. But when you transfer, that time you have to remember all liabilities except internal liabilities. So here, like by dash account for transfer of liabilities, it is easy to say this answer. Now after that, that is second phase. In case of second phase, like when it is second phase, then reverse entry, inflow of cash will come this side. This side will come inflow of cash. By here, one thing it is provided here, and two. So when it is inflow of cash, that time we have to consider this side. Generally cash inflow, that time what is debit, cash or bank? We know that is cash or bank account debit, the respective head here. So here amount received for realization of asset and unrecorded asset also. Unrecorded asset disposed, as well as the asset which already recorded, now it is being disposed. So that time what will be the entry here? Dash account debit to realization, so it is by dash. So what will be the entry? Directly I told here. Exactly same way, payment of realization for outflow of cash, generally we credit cash or bank account. So payment of realization, like realization account debit to dash, what will be the entry? That you have to say. Exactly same way, payment to like outside a liability as well as unrecorded liability, the liability which is not shown on the balance sheet, last balance sheet. If at the time of closing of the business, if it is being paid, then what will be the entry? Realization account debit to dash account. This is cash being out, so the student can easily say the answer. Now after that, if any asset takeover by partners, here it is answer, it is provided here by partners capital account. If any particular asset is taken over, then we will give the debit to partners capital. Exactly here, if any liabilities responsibility take over by any partners, so here that time you have to pass the entry realization account debit to dash account, realization account debit to dash account. So here like partner takeover, so automatically capital will arises. Now after that we will compare credit and debit side. If credit side is heavier, then profit arises. What will entry for profit purposes? Realization account debit to dash account. So here like related to profit generally goes to that partners capital account. So that will be the entry here, partners capital as well as current, whatever the method is according to that basis. So ultimately entry indirectly I told here. If loss, then it will be reverse. Dash account debit to realization. So by dash, so what will be the entry here? First one I have to say, easily you can say. So this is the first one, realization account debit to dash account for asset transferring entry. Liability transferring entry dash account debit to realization. Now asset dispose entry dash account debit to realization. So therefore by dash. Now liability as well as realization payment account, realization account debit to dash, realization account debit to dash account. Now afterward, if any asset takeover, then by partners capital, it is already given. Hence, if liability takeover, then opposite side will goes here, realization account debit to dash account. After that, if profit arises, realization account debit to partners capital. If loss, then by exactly partners capital will be there. So here it is provided the solution. The next step already here, like two subsequent days we consider this main ledger. So realization account debit to various assets account, in details it is mentioned. Liability by liability, transferring liability. Now payment of realization account debit to cash and bank, cash is being out, payment to outside liabilities. So realization account debit to cash and bank account. Similarly, cash inflow, this side will be cash inflow for sale of asset or unrecorded asset disposed at the time of closing of business. So by cash or bank account. If any asset takeover, then by partners capital account. If loss, then by partners capital. If profit, then to partners capital. So this is quite easy, but you have to remember this is the main ledger. Without doing this, like we cannot complete partners capital account as well as cash account. Now we will consider some fill in the blanks MCQ type of question. Though it is a little bit numerical. First question: the stock was sold rupees 20,000, within bracket, being 25% more than the book value. Amount of stock transferred to realization account is. So this is actually that stock value when it is sold, like bank account debit to realization by bank entity it is provided. But when you transfer the stock here on realization, like first phase entry, realization account debit to stock, so what will be the amount here? Now here, this is the hints here, that profit, that stock is being sold at a like 25% ultimately profit, more than the book value. So when like 100 rupees book value, then that is selling price is 125. So you can use that unitary method. We have to find out the book value. So when 125, then 100, and 1, then 100 by 125. So when 20,000, then what will be the amount here? Easily you can find out 20,000 into 100 divided 125. That amount what is will come, that will be the answer here. Initially, I am not going to say the answer. The student have to do by themselves and they have to post in Google Classroom. And for verification purposes, I will post the answer. Already, I gave the hints here that how we will calculate using unitary method. A simple calculation it is. Like we have to exclude the profit and we have to find out the cost price or book value. So simple way, 20,000 into 100 by 125, that will come as a book value. Now we will consider the next question. If partner's loan is appearing on the asset side of the balance sheet at the time of dissolution of firm, it is transferred to dash account. Partner's loan and third-party loan, both are not same. When it is third-party loan, generally we are transferring on realization account credit side by sundry liabilities. But when it is partners related any term, partners related any like capital, partners current account, partners loan account, generally we won't transfer on realization account, because in first phase we already mentioned by various liability, but except internal liability which include partners capital account, undistributed profit, partners current account, or partners loan related any amount. So like ultimately this will not come on realization account. So where it will come? Partners loan account. So there are two options. Like we can open separate loan account, or we can close it by transferring partners capital account. So both are correct. Any one we can consider as the answer. So indirectly I told the answer, but the student have to remember this answer and the student have to post in the Google Classroom. Now we'll enter the next question. At the time of dissolution of partners, like partnership firm, closing balance of partner's capital account is transferred to dash account. It will be dash. Is a fill in the blank question. At the time of closing of partnership business, partner's capital account generally transfers to which account? Now, when business being closed, then after making the payment to the lender or outsider, the remaining residue generally take by the partner, and that time they withdraw that amount. And what is the entry for that? We know that entry: partner's capital account debit to cash and bank account. So this is the entry related that like final payment entry when like business being closed, like outsider payment made. Now all undisputed profit, loss, whatever maybe, we transfer partner's capital account, and finally we will close. Then like that capital account is being transferred to a particular account, and the account is a real account. Already told. Once I will say here, generally final payment purposes capital account debit to cash or bank account. So entry will be cash or bank. Students have to remember this answer and they have to post in Google Classroom. Next question, question number 4. Creditors of rupees 30,000 and bills payable rupees 8,000 were due on an average basis of 1 month after 31st March 2019, but they were paid immediately as on 31st March 2019 at the rate of 6% discount per annum. The amount debited to realization account will be dash. This is very important type of adjustment. Like just after this video, we are going to consider one numerical problem. So at that time, this type of adjustment will be there, and this adjustment, it is quite important here. Like the main inner meaning of this point, like we have two liability, one related to creditors, another related to bills payable. One amount, it is 30,000 to the creditors, another BP related 8,000. It is due on an average basis after 1 month. Like 1 month we have to pay, that is 31st March, like after 1 month means 30th April we should pay. But as the business being closed as on 31st March, so we have to pay in advance. But as per term and condition, the creditor and like creditors for the amount of 30 as well as 8,000 purposes, they want to allow some discount, that is 6% rate. So ultimately we will receive discount from the supplier, and that is 6% per annum rate. So like 1 month discount receive we have to calculate, and then we will get the net amount. So like 30,000 into 6% into 1 by 12, what is the amount will come? You have to minus from there, and that will be the net amount to be paid to the creditors. Exactly BP purposes, 8,000 into 6% into 1 by 12, there is 1 month discount. What amount will come? After calculating that amount, we have to deduct from this 8,000 the net amount we have to show as a payment of creditors. Or you can do together 38,000 total payment, 38,000 into 6% divided 12 into 190 rupees coming. So 190 minus 38,000, 37,810 rupees we have to pay after receiving the discount. So that amount here, this is the amount debited to realization account will be rupees 37810. So all procedure I told, this is important type of adjustment frequently coming in the numerical question, the long question, 8-mark question. But the which way you have to calculate the amount, that procedure I told here, that is we have to calculate 6%, and that is for 1 month, as it is before 1 month paid, so 1 month discount we can receive. So this is our numerical base fill in the blanks question. The 4 question today we consider. This will help to our learner. Now I am going to conclude this session. Thank you all of you.